All right, Libra. Let's get you guys going and see what's going on here for you. What is going to be the situation for the second week of February for my Libras, please? Libra, I'm working on the lighting, guys. Somebody gave me a comment on feedback. I heard you. I'm going to work on it. Yes, waiting for some equipment to come in. Sorry, guys, I feel like I have something on my face. I'm waiting for that equipment to come in, and then, yeah, that's that. All right, what's going on here with Libra? All right, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Oh my God, Libra, what the hell? You're definitely ghosting someone. You're just leaving. The Page of Cups, not a big fan of in reverse, especially in reverse. It just makes me feel like you've made your decision in regards to something and you're kind of like, well, I'm just going to leave because I'm not emotionally happy anymore. I'm just not being served, right? And you're like, you're just kind of gone. Now, if this isn't you, this is the other person. If it's the other person, I got to say, it's quite immature. No message or anything. No apology, nothing. Just gone. Look, there's definitely an ending in betrayal. I'm not here to judge. I'm just reading the cards. Someone clearly ghosted and left without a word. Or just kind of left the way they left. We'll get more when we clarify this. What's coming in towards my Libras, please? What's coming in? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Not trying to learn something here, not trying to work at it, not trying to figure it out. Staying on a mission, focused on an agenda. Blocks, obstacles, arguments. Okay. Page of Pentacles in reverse. This is something where you're not trying to learn the new thing. Because maybe sometimes you guys feel like, oh, this job, this position is temporary, so I don't care what you want to do or there. Same thing with a relationship. It's just temporary, so I don't care to learn or grow it, to be quite honest with you. There's too many blocks. There's too many obstacles. There's too many issues. The Five of Wands. Too much fighting. So I'm going to stay on my mission and go towards the thing that is going to bring me in that wish fulfillment and that desire. And honestly, that is a whole lot of Neptune and Aries. I'll tell you why. It's not just you, it's the whole collective. But air signs are meant to benefit from this. So, why are you meant to benefit from this? Because when Neptune goes into Aries, it hits Aries in where? What do they rule? They rule the first house. The first house is about self. Maybe a couple months ago, you would have been curious about the other person. You were curious how the other person felt. You were curious the person you were leaving behind, how they felt and what would happen. Now it's not about them anymore. Now that we've shifted Neptune into Aries, it's about what you want, who you are, what you like, what you desire. Well, you're like, oh, hang on a minute. I'm asking all these questions about these other people, but I'm not asking myself things that I want, that I choose. That's why you're doing what you're doing. I think you're like, okay, that's enough of my effort. I don't feel like having arguments. I don't feel like fighting, having these blocks. I'm just going to go to my desires, my own wish fulfillment. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Let's continue. What is the surprise here for my Pisces clan, please? See, you're going to get pissed off at me, but I'm going to tell you what it is because you're going to pretend I'm your older sister and I love you and I'm sitting at the other end of the couch and we're having a combo. Listen, you got unfinished business, Libra. You need to take care of it. And you're like, but do I really? Yeah, you do. You do. Because somebody here feels breadcrumbed. Maybe that's you, but I don't feel it. I feel like you might have just kind of breadcrumbed a person or a situation, said a thing or two, and then you just kind of like bounced. others of you, whatever this breadcrumbing situation is, or this very little that you got from the other person, you do have unfinished business with them. Now, who you're ghosting and who you're leaving might not necessarily be this individual either, especially if you're dealing with two people. I hope that makes sense for those of you who are dealing with two people. What's the advice here for Libra? We'll see more when we clarify, but this is somebody that you have feelings for. And they have feelings for you too. That's the unfinished business. Advice for Libra, please. The Ten of Swords in reverse. Absolutely. All right. So there is an ending and there was something that finished. And it's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. And, you know, your life is meant to be lived, Libra. You are at points in time allowed to have a little bit of fun. Imagine that, having a little bit of fun in this life. All right, what is the outcome of the week, please? Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. It's not, I don't know if this is a broken engagement for some people or just not leveling up or growing a situation where you already had a commitment to someone. It's just not moving forward. Or it just broke. This commitment, this upgrade. Some of you, even if you were fixing your house, you just stopped. So whatever this whole house situation, you're not playing house no more. It's done. At least this week it is. Make no mistake, this tends to be a relief for you. It will be a relief because I see the sun at the back of the deck. Happiness. I'm sure this is what people are talking about with the lighting, not being able to see the card clearly. The reason I do that is because then I lose focus with the camera. And then you don't see me. But maybe that's fine. All right. Let's start clarifying. Why did Libra get the Seven of Swords and the Page of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Cups? The Six of Swords in reverse and the Three of Swords upright. Yeah, you're kind of going back to something or someone, or at least you're thinking about it because you're heartbroken, right? Don't get me wrong. You're trying to cut your losses somewhere, but you're going to this place where you're leaving somebody that's no longer emotionally serving you, and you could be ghosting, or this is somebody that you're having a fling or an affair with, but you're heartbroken. And you're kind of trying to go back. Oh, Libra, the great U-turn. What's the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Wands and the Chariot? Maybe you know that there's unfinished business. It's very strange. You're definitely moving on from one scenario, and you're just kind of like, it almost feels like a knife to me. Like, that's it. This is done. I'm leaving. I'm ghosting because I don't even want to fight with them. I don't want to have an argument. I'm just going to look into my future and I'm going to leave. I'm staying focused on my agenda. I just see all the problems between the two of us. That's all I see. The problem is it's not growing. You're trying to remain optimistic and hopeful, though, in the interim. Look, this is right on par with the way the planets are shifting. You're right on par. You're right on schedule to complete this, begin this new life. But first, what's this unfinished business? You got to deal with it. What's this Two of Wands in reverse and the Six of Pentacles? And this could have been the new life you were planning. Clarify this for Libra, please. The Emperor, this is some Aries energy here, but you also have Sag there. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, and now who? You, Libra, Justice and Emperor. Some of you, this is about justice coming in for you as a reward for things that have gone bad. This is karma correction. You did good, you get good. You did bad, you better start doing your cross. The Chariot talks about this emperor coming in to bring you some sort of reward as your justice. Others of you, if this was to be literal, this tells me here's your judge, the emperor, striking down some sort of adjudication, and it's just and it's fair and balanced for all parties involved, and everyone's getting their fair share of coin. But this is the unfinished business that you have. Getting justice and justifying whatever this is. Some of you, maybe it is about a divorce. Others of you, it's unfinished business that you have here with a person, and now the justice that's coming in for you is a reward in the form of a person, a relationship. The Tower. Didn't come out, it's at the back of the deck. And look at that, success after the Tower falls. That's why Spirit's like saying, something died, why are you holding on to it? The horse is dead. Like, beyond. What is the Ten of Swords in reverse? Clarify Ten of Swords. You need to remain optimistic and hopeful. The Star. This was at the bottom of the deck when we pulled your advice, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so a couple things here with the Knight of Wands. Yes, it is to enjoy life. Yes, it is to have fun. Yes, it is to do something that maybe means casual, non-committal. But when it's in the advice position, you need to be careful with these kind of energies that you play with. It's the same thing for work or a contract. Make sure you read that fucker real good, all right? You got to cross your T's and dot your I's. You understand me? Those of you getting contracts or things that you got to sign off, make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, because the Knight of Wands does shit casually, doesn't pay attention. All right, so it says be careful. Now, there is something that you do need to let go. And then when you do, start having your fun. All right, stay optimistic and hopeful. Let things just happen naturally, organically. Seven of Wands in reverse. Let's see what's going on here with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. Please clarify this. This is a lot of cards. Page of Wands, Five of Wands, Temperance in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. Moving forward slowly but cautiously, but you're not tempered, you're not balanced. You're sitting here having these blocks, obstacles, and arguments with your person or your spouse or whatever. But you're also curious about something. So that's also interesting. Oh, look at the universe is on your behalf, on your side, trying to help you with something. Some of you guys are considering reconciliation. There will be an opportunity for that. The Wheel of Fortune will do so. It's testing you, your resolve or whatever it is that you're doing. I do see some of you going back to an ex. Others of you, I do see you. No, someone ghosted and they left, and that's what's happening this week. So that Three of Cups I'm seeing is some shit that's happening next week, and I will leave it there because this week this is what's going on. And you do have this unfinished business, but there is a breakup of a house or an upgrade of some kind or an engagement. Did not move forward. You are curious about something because you do have these arguments here with somebody, and this is what's making you lose your balance, but you're still going forward slowly and cautiously. I'll keep it there because I know next week when we change from the snake over to the horse, and then we bring Saturn into Aries, we start really shifting our lives, the way things look and seem. So will the other person. Things will start to change. So let's keep it there because it's going to be a shocking difference. What are we going to read about for Libra in love in the extended, please? This could be the one, codependency. Okay. Codependency is why I'm looking at perhaps somebody's trying to go back to an ex. Okay. We'll see more in the extended. This could be the one. Could also talk about maybe perhaps somebody new that you just met or somebody you're trying to work things out with. So we'll look at that in the extended. In the meantime, let's get a card from the Wisdom House of Night, and then we'll head over to your extended. What's going on for Libra, please? Libra. I went to grab the mouse instead of my glasses. Ooh, yes it is. Complicated. Let's read this. Okay. My sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Drawing the symbol reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in the moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex, and only time will help you pull all of the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring, and complications can make for a deeper, more mature experience. Don't try to figure this one out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious webs. Oh, well, that's intriguing. All right, guys, that's what I have for you this week. I hope that helped. Everyone else, let's go over to the extended.